himself out. Watching him in the Indian Premier League, it sort of looked as if he was caught between, do I go out really hard or do I kind of keep some out? And so did neither some of the time and then went too hard other times.
Leg side it goes. Runs in the first over for Washington Freedom. The defending champions are away. 14 without loss.
It's a great start for Washington Freedom, particularly against Trent Boult.
There were back-to-back fours to end the previous over, and Pommy, you spoke about it, the extra ball. What might happen with that extra ball at the end of the over? And it went for 4.
Yeah, you only want to bowl 6. You don't want to be giving your opposition extra opportunity. So 7th ball. Went for 4, despite the fact that he managed to get away with the free hit and go for none there. Ugarkar.
Opportunity for Rushil Ugarkar today, 21 years of age, played a couple of matches last year but didn't pick up a wicket. One-handed, going straight as well, and as sweet and clean as you like.
Mitchell Owen goes boom. Slower ball to start, and that's why the hand comes off. But what's good about that is how straight the swing of that blade is. It's straight through the ball. Yes, it's slower and is probably foxed just a touch, but goes through with it, and it sails away for 6.
He had an opportunity to play last year in a couple of matches, Ugarkar, but he was down with food poisoning last year, but then came in, and he was also treated with Trent Boult's boots. Trent Boult gave him his boots and presented his boots to him at the end of the tournament. And obviously fits him all right.
His new boots. Is very tall and is so good when he's on the fence at taking them catches. He's the one you'd want there, but it didn't help this time. Couldn't get to it.
Six on the board, 2 6s so far in the innings, adding to the stake tally of 6s for the tournament.
But look at what's gone on so far, and we've only had 10 balls. They've disappeared. Hey, look at this, off to the boundary with regularity. Yeah, close. That last one.
Clears the front leg and allows the hands to come through.
The length full enough for him to be able to hit through the line. They'll also have recognized, because of how well they went with ball in hand in the latter part of the innings, that they've got to make hay in the first 6 when the ball's still hard and new. Another NTT Data 6 from the bat of Mitch Owen. who has started like a house on fire.
I spoke to him before the game, asked him where he feels his game is at the moment. He just said he feels so confident within his game at the moment. He's very happy with how things are going.
You couldn't tell.
And now, jumping to the leg side to allow him some space through the offside. It's 36 without loss. Wonderful hitting from Mitch Owen. Tried to follow him, cramping for room, but it didn't happen. Right, 36 on the board. Fireworks from Washington Freedom. Just lovely batting. Hard to stop at the moment. Naveen al-Haq, I wonder what the conversation between him, the bowling coach Mitchell McClanagan, might have been after the previous game. 4 overs, 2 for 64 for him.
Experienced campaigner, very skillful. Naveen al-Haq. What he has is changes of pace and bowled decent gas as well. Now, one thing you'd have to be as a bowler who bowls in the power play and at the back end is philosophical about life in general, in that you know that there'll be a day when you'll catch it. And you don't want those to be many days, otherwise then you're not going to have the job. And generally he goes all right. He manages to take wickets up at the front and keep things relatively quiet. And what he wants tonight is to bounce back.
More runs leg side for Mitch Owen. Right now, no answers to the onslaught.
Yeah, just ever so slightly too straight. Can't be there with that field. No protection back there. Oh no. And to boot, he's over the line. It's a no ball. Gifts galore at the start here for the Washington Freedom. MI New York not making their task any easier.
But again, the free hit doesn't go to a boundary. Let's go down now to Aman Patel.
Well, the Washington Freedom have been going crazy to start things off. And I'm with a family right here and might be excluded. Tamara, you are the lone woman in the MI New York gear. It's been a slow start for you guys so far.
It has been a slow start. I'm hopeful that it's going to pick up on our side, on the defense side. It's going to be great. No worries. They've all lost every other game that they've ever supported the Freedom with, and I've always won, so I'm confident.
She's confident. Now, Avery here, now you were telling me that anytime you come to a game, your team doesn't win.
I've lost 15 games, yeah.
15 games, folks. It's been unlucky for my man. Is today the day it's all going to change?
Today is the day. It's going to be a win for once. We got this. I believe in us.
There you go. Now, you guys are season ticket holders. You've been here for all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
What drew you to cricket?
It's new. It's different. So I've been a football fan, soccer for my whole life, but this was new to us. So we got to learn new players. We got to learn new rules. We got to learn a new community. It's just beautiful to have something that's completely brand new that we can support and get involved in it and bring new people to. So I love it.
Yeah, you got a big group with you as well. Now we're going to see what happens on this ball. If we're going to have a cheer here from our man Avery, maybe not. I don't know if it's quite going to get there, but Avery, now you guys are going to be here all weekend long. You're looking for anyone in particular? You guys are from Dallas. You guys big Texas Super Kings fans?
We love them. Yeah, that's the only team that she and I can agree on is the Texas Super Kings. We love to see them every time we're down here.
Beautiful. Well, these guys, they might have some feuding going on, but the Wash of Freedom off to a rocky start.
So beautiful to bring new fans to this game that we love so much.
I love their attitude. The fact that it's new. It's something we haven't seen before and want to go and experience it, check it out, start again. Yeah, got to be trying to start many things.
Naveen al-Haq will be so happy with that and relieved. Previous game was such a tough one for him, but here he breaks a dangerous opening partnership.
There's that slower ball. Face off. Crashes into the stumps. It'll bring him great joy. Ravindra gone for 10. The Freedom 45 for 1.
As a business owner, I've got a lot on my plate. That's why I use ZipRecruiter to hire. ZipRecruiter has this feature called Zip Intro. I chose the time, and it did all of the work of finding and scheduling the candidates for me. I just picked my top choices and talked to great people the very next day. The plan was to hire 2 people, but the candidate quality was so good, I wound up hiring 4 in a week.
Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Try it free only at ZipRecruiter.com/Willow.
Andries Goos walks to the crease now. So often has opened the batting. Now batting 1 down because of that opening pair of Ravindra and Owen. Know these conditions very well. And he is somebody who can just keep the scoreboard ticking over. It hasn't quite been his season. I wonder if that's got something to do with where he might be batting. Just made a little too much room in the end. Lovely. What a way to get yourself off the mark. Even though it hasn't been his best season, that's pretty special. 49 for 1.
This is the slow motion replay, but when he played it, it seemed as if it was in slow motion as well. Shortish, wide enough, and he just times it away to the fence for 4. And that's what you want off your first ball. Play it well, to take the chance to get a boundary.
Interesting chase here. 140 is required off 102. We all felt at the halfway stage they would have been a little bit light on runs, MI New York. But if they bowl well, take wickets, especially now in the power play, in the middle phase, it could be very interesting. The captain has tossed the ball to Sunny Patel. Spinners have been good for MI New York this year.
Mitch Owen will be looking to take him down. Don't you worry about that.
Right. Little mini battle in a way won by the bowler.
The inside edge. It's just at the right time. That is crashing into the stumps. Oh, goodness. Yep. Lucky batter.
Talking about pace off being the way to go so often and saying that's what can bring you success. However, last ball of the last over had pace on 77 miles an hour. It was the quickest one by quite a long way in that over by Naveen. Goos used that really well. He used the pace to be able to hit the ball square.
It quickly, Sunny Patel, and you expect in the power play you'd be right on the stumps. Can't afford to give any width whatsoever. I think he started really well. You know, holding the right line. Yes, he went for 4 off the first ball. It's just unfortunate. Important to close out here. They took a wicket, and you want to quiet over to follow.
I've seen a couple of wonderful strokes from the right-hander. 2 scoring shots, 2 really glorious moments.
And both have been about timing and placement. You watch him play that, just lean on it, open the face of the blade, and he's got to make sure he gets it through the covers. Yeah. Not so good for the skipper of the bowling team.
And then he drags it short. He's lucky because he's got protection. It's 59 for 1.
You're a small business owner. You don't have time to waste. That's why you go to Biz2 Credit for funding. Our simple application makes it easy to get fast financing. Time for funding?
Time for Biz2 Credit.
Washington Freedom have continued the power play dominance. Did it in Auckland, best power play batting team in the tournament, and they're continuing here in Dallas. Naveen ul Haq. So much of Nicholas Pooran's thinking now will be, how can I get wickets? Much like Jason Holder and Heinrich Klaassen, 2 bowling attacks that have struggled at times in this tournament. 2 teams yet to win, the only 2. That will change tomorrow, and then the Washington Freedom are in action again up against the home team, the Texas Super Kings. Hello, good evening to Lisa Stinnett.
Evening, Nikhil. Good evening, viewers as well. Ricky Ponting will be happy with the base that's created. Only lost 1 wicket in the power play. One thing that Ricky Ponting does is he reads the game so well. I know we've all heard him in the commentary box. He's able to predict the future based on where the field is set, knowing the team and the bowlers. So a slight change in the field. Deep point comes inside the inner circle, and deep cow. So 2 fielders on the leg side.
And LA Knight Riders dismissed Gauss in the last game, pulling. He's very strong square leg side. Will take on the short ball. Maybe a bit of a bluff. Just on the off stump line, teasing Andres Gauss. '90, 89, 63, and now 59 for 1. The power plays, the Lexus power plays have been electric when the men in red and black have batted. Some may have felt that with no Travis Head and Steve Smith, that would have changed this season. But they've done well, Ricky Ponting and his team, to maintain and put players in the right position to keep the things that they've done well working.
Yeah, and I think Mitch Owen has played a crucial role because he's that type of player, a little bit like Travis Head. See ball, hit ball, and try and hit it as far as you possibly can. Important match for these 2 sides. Washington Freedom are in 3rd position with a positive net run rate. And MI New York lagging behind. Maybe not as much as Seattle Orcas and the LA Knight Riders, still searching for their first victory.
What's Pooran's thinking for his 6th over? Bolt uncharacteristically only bowled the 1 over today in the power play, the first over. So does he go back to Trent Bolt, needing to dismiss Mitch Owen? He went to Sunny Patel for the first time in the power play today. Michael Bracewell has done the job predominantly to left-handers previously in the tournament. Deep, backward square, and now deep point. He picked the slower delivery well, Andres House, showing he can score down the ground as well. 65 for 1 after 5.
As a business owner, I've got a lot on my plate. That's why I use ZipRecruiter to hire. ZipRecruiter has this feature called Zip Intro. I chose the time, and it did all of the work of finding and scheduling the candidates for me. I just picked my top choices and talked to great people the very next day. The plan was to hire 2 people, but the candidate quality was so good, I wound up hiring 4 in a week.
Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Try it free only at ZipRecruiter.com/Willow.
Right, bravery from Nicholas Pooran. Back-to-back overs of Sunny Patel, the leg spinner, with Mitch Owen on strike. Deep long on, where he's been caught already in the tournament, and a deep cow corner.
Yeah. He's got a number of variations. That one was the off cutter.
Long on, just watch it. You could put 3 Kyron Pullers there, they weren't catching it.
Mitch Owen is such a hard batter to bowl to because he's so tall. He's got great long levers. So if you stray on a full side, NTT6 if you don't mind, Pollard, yeah, I'll catch it off the backboard. But then if you bowl into the pitch, he is so quick on the back foot, so there is a small margin where you can keep it or keep him quiet. Meanwhile, we're trying to find the ball. Anyone seen it? It's having a bit of fun.
You can understand Pooran's thinking of going spin to Mitch Owen. His strike rate this year has been lower against spin than pace, but he's in the form of his life in this year's MLC. Now on his highest score this season. So it's risky to bowl back-to-back overs. Pommy and Mango spoke about it in the first innings. Bowling back-to-back overs of the same bowler to a set guy who's faced him already.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because they've got an understanding of the pace of the pitch, the bounce, what the tactics are, especially in the power play. But then sometimes there's an element of maybe you need to buy a wicket, right? When there's a bowler that a batter enjoys, can they just find a false shot? Can the ego take over and they go searching when it's not quite there? And that's what Nicholas Pooran will be hoping for.
Straight to the fielder. Pooran takes the catch, fitting, because his decision and move has worked. Sunny Patel in the power play brings reward.
We may be talking about the fact that MI New York's total of 188 might be a little bit under par, but if they keep taking wickets, especially in the power play, something that we haven't seen so far here at Grand Prairie, a little bit of a juggle, in fact, by Nicholas Pooran. Doesn't matter. In the end, he completed the catch. Andre House goes for 14. It's 74 for 2.
It's time for the strategic timeout.
exclusive on Willow.
Presented by DCU, digitally powered, member-driven, in association with Prem Jyotish. Consult Prem Jyotish for accurate predictions and a happier life.
And
PolicyBazaar.com. Major League Cricket, live and exclusive on Willow, in association with Prem Jyotish. Consult Prem Jyotish for accurate predictions and a happier life. Biz2Credit. Scan the code or visit biz2credit.com to apply. And Deep Foods. Deep Foods Khao, to jano.
Yeah, it will be fascinating to see the way Owen plays now, if he can make it out of the Lexus power play and get deep into the innings, given the impact, the power, the dominance he's shown at the start, but a lot of batting to come. Glenn Maxwell coming off of 100, Mark Chapman, who bats in the top order. And they'll need MI New York, that is, to take wickets. It's a bowling attack that's been not at their best. Of course, missing the likes of Rashid Khan and Omar Zai, so they've struggled in the middle overs to take wickets. That will decide the game. Kiwi Mark Chapman into his second game of the tournament. Almost snuck through. 74 for 2.
Sliced up and just got under the bat. Oh, he would have loved it if it turned just a little bit more close. Very close.
In their innings, remember folks, were 70 for none. And then we saw a drop off in the scoring rate. Trent Bolt will come back into the attack, just the 1 over in the power play. Don't always see that very often. Usually bowls 2 and sometimes 3. But my co-commentator Lisa Saleka mentioned it at the end of the first innings. We've seen it now twice. TSK last night, now MI New York tonight. The scoring rate sometimes can deplete and decrease outside the power play, but not maybe if Mitch Owen is at the crease.
Yeah, he's going to be the key, isn't it? 50 of 22 deliveries. He's threatened so many times. And I think there's a few people banking on him potentially getting to triple figures throughout this tournament. Ricky Ponting, very happy with his work ethic already, and actually brought him across into the IPL as well for the Punjab Kings. Also a Hobart Hurricanes boy, which Ricky Ponting is as well. He's involved with that franchise from a talent identification.
I'm just going to add to that, at least it will be very interesting to see if, as the ball gets softer, as you said, it gets harder to score. But the aspect of the dew factor coming in, will that cause the ball to maybe slide on?
Yeah, it may actually. So it may negate that. I guess time will tell. This is the wicket. Oh, yep. Yeah, piece of cake, I've got it. Now go fetch it. Oh, he was ready to throw it before he even caught it. Maybe catch it first cleanly.
does that a lot. He really uses his feet against pace to create length, Mark Chapman, quite often.
Yeah, he's a good, busy player. He literally moves around laterally. He comes at bowlers, comes to Trent Boult. Knows exactly where he's going to bowl, fellow countryman. And is able to kind of squirt it away to the offside. And Pooran's a little bit frustrated. Let's try and keep this new batter on strike.
Also important to note, Washington Freedom Bowl close to half their deliveries of pace off. But the power play, it was pace on from the bat. Lexus power play belonged to the Freedom. They lost 2 wickets. They wouldn't mind because 74 for 2, a healthy scoring rate.
There it is. And because of the players they've got as well still to come, I mean, Glenn Maxwell, he was the only one apart from Mitch Owen who just got over 50. Able to get a decent score. So now the platform is set. 11 runs off that over, 65 for 2.
The other 2 times he's got to 50 in T20 cricket, he converted them into big hundreds in the Big Bash. One in the Big Bash final, of course, earlier this year. So that will be a happy sign for Freedom fans. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing how he approached this game, Mr. Saleka, given that he had been so impactful in the first 3 games, but 30 from 11, 32 from 12, not really being there deep in the innings. But he's deep and scoring and continuing to dominate.
Well, he's certainly entertaining this crowd that have come in. You know, there's a lot of players kind of filling the stands around that Grand Prairie Stadium signage because they know they're in the firing line. It's the wrong end. It was picked an NTT 6. And then there's a fight for the ball. Yeah, he's threatened, hasn't he, in the previous innings.
He goes again this time, though. Doesn't have the same success. It's Sunny Patel again. 3 wickets. He fights back like MI New York.
Oh, Mitch Owen, frustrated with himself. Picked the leggy. Just the bat closing slightly, so it meant that it didn't find the meat of the bat. So it didn't sail over. Oh, no. I can't believe it because it was certainly there to be hit. But he departs for 60 off just 26 deliveries. And the Freedom now are 91 for 3.
You're a small business owner. You don't have time to waste. That's why you go to Biz2 Credit for funding. Our simple application makes it easy to get fast financing. Time for funding? It's time for Biz2 Credit.
Edwards, who is used to batting early in the innings, bats in the top 3 back in Australia in both first class and T20 cricket.
Yeah, he has to understand his role right now. I mean, the fact that he's coming in the 8th over, it's not that far outside of the power play. But sometimes starting the spin can be difficult. Well, maybe not so much for Jack Edwards. A nice punch off the back foot to get things going.
The blueprint for this Freedom team: attack. They've got depth, and even though they're miles ahead of where they need to be in the asking rate, they continue to go hard and push the limits.
Sonny Patel going well, and this gives you an idea. Maxwell still to come. Gupta, Pina, Mark Adair, Ian Holland as well.
They hope to add Glenn Phillips soon as well. He's back with them. 95 for 3 after 8.
Sonny Patel, he's played such a factor so far today. 3 wickets. Look at the celebrations. Know how big that moment is. Danny Morrison, MI New York, back in the contest.
Hello, Anand. Yes, they certainly needed to be. And Michael Bracewell said at the break after his innings, wickets in the middle overs. And here we are in the ninth, and he's got the ball in his hand himself. And to try and make a difference to proceedings. Quiet race. It's under race. He's just cruising because of that opening stanza of the first 6 is vital. With the new ball, hard comes on. We all appreciate that it's probably a bit easier to bat in these good batting conditions, and the batters want to make hay, and they did in that opening 6.
And there must be a change in mindset, Danny, for these two. Again, we saw how quickly of a start the Freedom got off to, but there must be a different mindset, Danny.
Yeah, and I think with Chapman there, he's actually in a way too dissimilar to Bracewell. He just might take a little bit to get in and then just assess the situation. And then the strategy between Edwards and Chapman, say, hey, listen, we know what the score is, we know what the target is, so that is part of the advantage on a good batting surface to chase and know what you've got to get.
The luxury of the start they got off to as well, and the batting to come with the Maxwells, the Opus Pinars, the Mukhtar Ahmed. I reckon that they can just almost slow things up really till the 15th, 16th over the way they're at.
And just your point of that mindset, and it can change because, as you rightly point out, they've got the luxury there with the start they've got off to a hiss and a roar. Now, yeah, just milk it around a little and take it easy. 3 figures are up now, 100 for 3 after 9.
You'll never miss a Desi moment with Desi Natural. Every moment, big or small. It's deliciously Desi, authentically Desi, always Desi.
See Kyron Pollard get the ball in hand. Danny, where is this coming from? Why does Pollard have the ball? Is it to come in to take wickets, or are they looking to restrict it even further?
incredible. 700 approaching. Well, he's so wily, Anand. And he's so good at little cutters and changes of pace, and then bowls a heavy ball. Yeah, smart running. Yeah, no. No was the call from Edwards, and rightly so. So he can do this to you, because I think batters now feel, well, you know, look, Pollard's getting a bit long in the tooth and we should go after him and bash him everywhere. So we'll check out the Royal leading run scorers. Finn Allen, he's dined out again. Yesterday, and then you think of Monik Patel, he's breached 200. Mitchell making a bit of a name, making a statement. In season 3.
Yeah, pure example of the change of pace there, and I mean, this is an opportunity for MI New York to really put some brakes on a Washington Freedom team that was built last year on the backs of really a no-holds-bar attitude. Think about the strike rates and the run scoring, 336 for each of Smith, Travis Head. These two, brand new to the league, haven't played a game before 2025.
And Polly, look, he just takes his time with the field. He makes the batter wait. Chapman now has rotated the strike. He's back on, and he's going to come right arm round as big KP. And the ball, we're now almost halfway through. That's what he likes, just a little bit softer, and the variety from Pollard changes the pace, and then all of a sudden he'll roll back the clock and bowl a heavy ball, get a bouncer, because he's such a big, powerful guy. And I know it's quite a placid pitch and quite comfortable with the bats, but if you could get that up around that throat height of even someone like Edwards, who's a tall character, just give him a little bit of a surprise, and it's quicker than you think. You never know, a little splice goes straight up, the cock comes through, the keeper runs through. Seen it so often.
Look how crafty he is there as well, Danny. He's just jumped all the way across the crease. Why has he done that? What's the purpose of that?
Just the visuals too. He's often done that. He jumps out to the left, his left, out to the offside of the batter, and then the batter's going, oh, so he gets distracted for that split second, and then again he's changed his mind maybe of what's coming, what to do, what to play, and so yeah, all those little treats of foxing. What? Yeah, Pollard for a long, long time.
Turned around the corner and turned away for 4. This time it's Edwards reading the slower one.
Sometimes he just tries that tennis ball bouncer. If you're going to do that, get it really deep into the surface and even shorter. The problem is Edwards is such a tall guy. He's about 6'5". Yeah. Polly, I think those days are over, buddy. Whacking it in halfway down, and it only got up hip height.
It's a genuine outside edge, and to add insult to injury, it'll race away to the rope for 4. 111 for 3 after 10.
Act the positive energy to achieve good health, happiness, success, and prosperity. When planetary movements are in your favor, you are unstoppable in achieving your dreams. Listen to your destiny and open the door to prosperity. Call me today for an amazing tomorrow.
4 more.
Stage of the innings.